Hi, Tyler from Plugged On here. Here with a concert review. I'm going to be talking about Iced Earth, Sanctuary, Kill Ritual, in Mindmaze. Saw this at the soundstage in Baltimore, Maryland, and this is a pretty cool tour. And Iced Earth is one of my favorite bands ever, and so them coming around, supported their new album Incorruptible, which is fucking fantastic. And so I looked at that and I'm like, even if just Iced Earth's playing, I'm going to this show. I ain't missing it. But then you add in Sanctuary on top of that. And then also one of my favorite bands as of late, Mindmaze, opening up. They're a smaller band, local band, I guess you could say, from Allentown, Pennsylvania. And they are just fucking awesome. Soundstage is where I discovered them. So that was great to see too. So anyways, dive into it. So Mindmaze opens up the show. Mindmaze, they're a whole bunch of stuff. They have elements of progressive in them, very Dream Theater like, Symphony X like at times, Iron Maiden like at times. They have a lot of great shit going on. And Sarah's great on vocals. Jeff is just a fucking phenomenal guitar player. I get this solo from Signs of Life stuck in my head all the time. It's so well written. But they were fantastic. It was great to see these guys again. I haven't seen them in, wow, I guess it's been 4 years. They opened up for Primal Fear once, and that's when I discovered this band. And so it's been a while, and they sounded great. They performed well. I enjoyed the song selection. I mean, This Holy War is a fantastic track. True Reflection, Signs of Life is awesome. Back from the Edge is always a good time. So, it was a great show to see them, and very much check this band out, man. They are a fantastic band. They deserve your attention if you're into anything like that. More people need to listen to Mindmaze, 100%. Next up was Kill Ritual. I'm not going to say too much about Kill Ritual, to be fully honest with you. I was just really not into him, and to be honest with you, I don't really think much of the crowd was either. It seemed like the crowd was a little tough on this band, and making some jokes at times, and I get it. I get opening up for different crowds, bringing different bands on, bringing different people in. All that stuff's great. All that stuff needs to happen if you want to grow your audience. But I just don't know if Kill Ritual really fit. I mean, you have Sanctuary and Iced Earth coming after them, and it's just Kill Ritual. I just felt like they were not bringing anything truly exciting to the table, even with being different, personally. That's just my opinion, of course. I mean, I thought the singer sounded good and everything, but that was just me, for sure. Check out Kill Ritual if you want. I'm not going to sit here and just go on and talk shit about them just because I didn't enjoy their performance. Someone else might have, That's just me. So yeah, next up was Sanctuary. Sanctuary is an older band from late 80s. They put out 2 fucking awesome records. Then they came back, put out the year that the sun died, which I think is just as good. A little bit different, but I liked it. And this band was fronted by Warrell Dane of Nevermore fames, where most people probably know him from. This is his other band, though, and of course, Warrell Dane passed away from a heart attack earlier this year, which is very unfortunate. So when that happened, I was like, shit, that sucks. One, I never got to see Nevermore live, so Sanctuary was like going to be my way of seeing Warrell Dane on stage, and that's cool. And unfortunately, that will never happen now. But I was wondering when that happened, like, what are they going to do? Are they going to drop off the tour or whatever? They ended up getting Joseph Michael of Witherfall to fill in for them. And I have to say, it was truly very special to see this band, even knowing the circumstances. This band, there's so many times that I have listened to these guys. I've just never listened to them. You know what I mean? So I'm, standing there watching them, and I'm like, where the fuck have I been? Like, I've listened to The Year That the Sun Has Died once or twice, long time ago. And I'm like, this is good. I haven't picked the record up. I don't really come back to it too much. I listened to Refuge Denied a long time ago too, and I'm like, wow, this is cool. Every time I listen to Sanctuary, I'm like, this is awesome, but I never fucking listened to them, if you know what I mean. So it was great to hear some of these songs live, and I'm serious. The next day, that's all I listened to all day was Sanctuary, because I'm like, I'm missing out, man. They played mostly old stuff, but they also played some new stuff. They played Arise and Purify, Frozen, In the Year the Sun Died. Those were great to hear, especially Arise and Purify. That song just hits hard. But then you have songs like Die for My Sins, Battle Angels, Soldiers of Steel, Taste Revenge. Those songs pop live. They are just phenomenal. And I have to say, Joseph Michael just totally fucking killed it on vocals. He was perfect to me, and he sounded great. He hit those high pitch notes, say in like Battle Angels during the chorus, but then he also sang the newer Sanctuary that's a little bit more toned down, a little bit more Nevermore like in terms of vocals, you could say. And he mixed, background vocals. Everything just went well. This band performed everything great. They had a great live mix. The solos, watching some of them being played, I was like, fuck, yes. Old school riffs, just big fat fucking sound. Really had the crowd going. And just, they were a lot of fun to watch. They really were. And their vocalist was definitely a lot of fun. Across the stage, cracking jokes. It was great. And I think they honestly could not have found a better person to fill in for World Day, in my opinion. Just listening to Joseph, I was like, damn, this is really, really, really good. There's so many times where Keith went with me, and we looked at each other and was just like, yeah, that was fucking awesome. You know what I mean? It's just cool to see some of those things being pulled off live, for sure. Who knows what's going to happen to Sanctuary. I'll be fully honest with you. Like, I would want Sanctuary to continue with Joseph on vocals and make new music. And I know, it's like, oh, it's not going to be the same without World. And, like, I totally get that. But there's been several cases of bands losing a very key member but continuing to still do great things. And my favorite band of all time, Alice in Chains, I think is like the perfect example of that. You lose Lane Staley, the voice of the band, just one of the most iconic, great voices in rock and heavy music, in my opinion. And you replace him, William Duvall's fucking fantastic, and you watch it live and you're like, this guy kills it. You listen to their new music, it's fucking awesome. Like, I would like to see Sanctuary live on, in to have new things come of them. I know it stinks. The world's passed away. Trust me, I was sad that day. But hey, man, it is what it is. Sanctuary was great, though. They really were. Last, though, of course, the headliner here, you have Iced Earth. I haven't seen Iced Earth for over 4 years, when Plagues of Babylon came out. And they were fantastic then, and I would say my love for this band has just grown immensely since then too. And so going into this, I feel like they put on a fucking killer show, and this was something truly special too. And I'll get towards the end on why this was very special. But of course, watching Stu Block live is so unreal. This guy is so good. He has so much power in his voice. He does so many, like, inhuman things with his voice. You listen to, say, 2 of the newer tracks that they played off their new album, Great Heathen Army or Seven-Headed Whore, where some of the notes he's hitting in that is like, what the fuck? Holy hell. And he does it. He kills it live. So those were great to see. I think that the 2 tracks that I think are 2 of the better songs off the album, but not only off the album, but live. Those songs are great. I could see them being put in almost every Iced Earth set moving forward. And that's Black Flag and Raven Wing. Those 2 tracks are just fucking amazing. Seeing those live was great. Black Flag, definitely got people going. But then the other 2 songs that they played that was new. They played Brothers. That was really great to hear. And then when they came back for their encore, they played Clear the Way, December 13th, 1862, which is a fucking great song. And I was surprised how many people were into that, too. So, I mean, Ice Dirt's, their new album is great, and I really can see a lot of these songs being put in any Ice Dirt set list moving forward because, hell, man, they're good. And the crowd loved them. I loved them. Keep them going. It was during Black Flag and several other songs. The drummer has one of those like drum cages sort of things, and the cymbals are just kind of mounted on there and everything, and really cool looking. Stu Block, and I was wondering, I'm like, is this more for the drummer or for Stu? Because he kept climbing all over that fucking thing all night. Like he would climb to the top and like hang from the fucking the structure above. It was pretty cool. He's a fantastic frontman. And then not only that, you have John Schaefer, who is just the most metal-looking guy in all of heavy metal, period, to me. I mean, I know a lot of people would say, like, Rob Halford or whatever. Just look at that fucking man. He's got the face, he's got the do-rag, he's got the hair, he's got the jacket, he's got the fucking everything. And he plays some mean fucking riffs. He's the most metal guy. I love him. In you know, the music he's created and the things he has done with this band are just incredible. And this is just one of those bands that I just cannot get enough of. I seriously wish they could have played for 3 more hours, man. There's so many songs I wish that I could hear them play. But some of the other tracks they played, you know, going from Great Heathen Army, opening up with that, straight into Burning Times. Burning Times is like the best like second song you could ever play, just because of how just heavy that song is, the way it starts off, just the energy just keeps the crowd going. It was fucking awesome. Then you move into Dystopia, which that song is a great track to hear live, especially with the vocals, the crowd singing along. It's like, man, what, just back to back to back already, just killing it. So that was cool. Some of the older tracks they played, I Died For You, which is a classic, Vengeance Is Mine, which is awesome. It was great to hear Dracula as well off a Horror Show. There's so many songs off a Horror Show I would love to hear. Dracula is one of the better tracks on there, but to me, and I know they probably won't ever play it, Dragon's Child, dude. That song is hard. Listen to it. It's great. And then they ended with 3 songs off of Night of the Storm Rider. And I think they were great to hear. And one of them especially, I don't think they played last time I saw them live, but I was like, fuck, I can't believe they're playing this. They played Storm Rider and Angel's Holocaust, 2 of the more popular tracks off of that. John sings those songs. Fucking awesome. Just thrash all over the place. Getting the pits going. It was fucking great. But then they played Travel in Stygian, I guess. Which, that was great to hear too. And I was like, fuck, I can't believe they're playing this. So that was cool. That's what they ended their bass set list with. Came back for an encore, played Clear the Way, ended with Watching Over Me. And I have to say, this was truly one of the most special things I've ever seen in my life from a live performance from a band. Like, it was so incredible being there, witnessing this, with the crowd going and everything, sing along as well. Like, I nearly wanted to cry. It was just one of those moments that just makes you so happy. So incredibly happy. Right before they played Storm Rider, John got up there and he's like, this is Ice Dirt's 30th year. And I was like, fuck, I can't believe they're that old. Insane to me. And he's like, you know, somewhere too, Matt Barlow was in the building, and everybody was like, holy shit, Matt Barlow is, you know, he's been on the most Iced Earth records, has sang on some of their most classic albums and classic songs. I look at between Matt Barlow, Tim Owens, and Stu Block, and I can never pick. It's like picking your favorite child. I can't do it. I love them all. But Matt Barlow, lots of great fucking albums there. You know, Something Wicked This Way Comes, fucking Burnt Offerings, like, damn, Horror Show, Dark Saga, love it. So right there, I was like, man, I wonder if they're going to do anything. But I was like, they probably would have done it already, to be honest with you. But then watching Over Me, they just start like normal. They go through the first verse, first chorus, and it was like, this is awesome. And then right before the vocals kick back in, Matt Barlow walks out on the stage to sing the rest of the song with Stu and the band. And it was just truly something special. And I'll say, I know he's been in other bands, Mindmaze, he's done Ashes of Aries, but this guy can still fucking do it, man. Some of the notes he was hitting, that's in the recorded version, I'm like, damn, it was so awesome to hear it to have both Stu and Matt Barlow sing that song together and then have the crowd singing along with them. It was just truly one of those things, one of those special things to me. And especially towards the end, because towards the end, the final chorus, the background vocals keep going. Matt Barlow's doing a bunch of cool stuff vocally, and they were able to replicate that almost 100% because Stu just kept it going. Matt Barlow's doing his thing, and man, it was a one of a kind of thing to me, and something that I certainly will never forget. For sure. So that's it. Ice Earth, I think there's still some dates on this tour. If you're interested, definitely go. Ice Earth's a fantastic band live, so is Sanctuary, and check out Mindmaze for sure. So thanks for watching. See you later.